Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be the first impression of the City of Neon Lights palette from Wrinkle Cosmetics. So beautiful. I've shown you this already in other videos, but I have not touched it, I have not used it, not swatched it, nothing. I'm going to leave all of that for today. So what are we thinking? I'm super excited to try it out because I tell you why. Because I have heard from other YouTubers but using other brands that neon eyeshadows are extremely hard to work with. They are okay to place, but the blending is horrible. That's what I've heard. This is what I have in mind when I'm trying out this palette. Not about this brand. I heard it about a different brand, but that is really all I heard, you know? So that's why I'm a tiny little bit nervous, but I'm still hopeful and pretty confident that we'll get some look out of this. And I really hope that it's gonna be good because I so want to love this palette because it's so beautiful. So when I showed you this palette the first time, I said to you that I just have to use this shadow. This is called A Beat to Remember. It's a very light lime green, in like a shimmery lime green, and I have to have this on my lid today. So this is how I'm going to build my look around this one shade, because this is the centerpiece that it's going to be. I probably will also pair it up with the yellow shimmer, and then one of the other shimmers here is probably going to be a teal, green, yellow kind of a look. Maybe also a little bit dark blue to give it a little bit more depth. So that is the plan, and I think we're just going to go in and do this. Okay, sweeties, there are so many shades to choose from. What I'm going to try to do probably is going in with a thin sliver with this dark blue, and then I want to either use this one that looks a bit like a satin, or this one which looks like a complete matte. I'm not 100% sure. This is, though, it feels like, from my point of view, it feels like this has a bit of more of a green undertone, and this is more cool. I don't know if it comes across on camera at all, but I think that's what it is. And also this looks, just from the look of it, like a satin, but I'm not 100% sure. So, because I'm just not very good at things like this. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to go in with this one, and then with this one or this one, and then I'm probably going to go in with the green and then the yellow. I don't know if I'm going to have enough space. I might have to skip part of it, but we'll see. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to pick up the dark blue, which is the Lovely Tones. It's called Lovely Tones. And I'm going to place this just here in the crease and like work it into the crease, and I'm going to try to not use up a lot of space for this, because I purely want this to create the depth for, you know, for this yellow, no, for this lime green shimmer to just really pop. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to work this into the crease. First impression of this shadow is actually really nice. It lays down nicely. I did already build it up a little bit, and I don't think I'm gonna do more building up than this, but I already know from my last first impression of a palette from Wrinkle Cosmetics that these shadows build up really nicely. So I'm pretty happy with this, even though this shadow does not come across to me personally as a neon. Nevertheless, it is a very beautiful blue, which happens to be the blue of my scarf. Coincidence. Anyway, so I don't think in the end picture we are gonna see a lot of this, because of course I'm about to layer it with those turquoise shades. Okay, because we're staying in the same color family, I'm going to just swipe off the brush, and I'm going to use that same brush because I love that brush. I need to get more of that kind. For the next shade, I'm gonna go for this one, for the lighter one up here, which is called Lost in Coloration. By the way, I really like this whole idea of making it like a movie poster, you know? I think it's awesome. And also, when I did the first impression of the City of Pastel Lights, there was a smaller one, if you remember, that was also made up like this, like a movie poster, and I think that is so cool. And also on the back there's like a storyline, you know. It is so so yeah, I don't know, inventive is maybe not the right word, or is it? Creative, you know? I think it's really cool. Okay, so I'm picking up this Lost in Coloration shade, and I'm basically still placing it on top of that blue because I need space for two more shades, for a green and for a yellow. So that's why I'm not 100% on top of the blue, but slightly on top of it and also a little bit next to it. Honestly, I have the hardest time to hold my brushes. I'm so sore, you would not believe. I have started to work out again now that our holidays are over and I have all the holiday guilt. I have started to work out again, and if you don't know, I used to work out every single day when I was super skinny, which was not healthy. I wouldn't recommend it because basically I did not have a life anymore. But now I think I've worked out now 3 times, which is a bit working with weights and also running. And I love to run. I love to run. It is so liberating, and I actually have not felt that good in months, you know, because I feel, you know, that I'm dealing a lot with anxiety, and I feel when I run and exert myself, my anxiety level is so much more tolerable, and it's like I highly recommend it. If you can physically do it, then go and work out because it's just so good. Yeah, so of course I also want to get back into shape because I feel like I've been losing my shape a little bit a little bit too much. So yeah, anyway, that's why I'm extremely sore, because I'm using now suddenly all the muscles that I forgot I had, and that is it's painful sometimes. Yeah, anyway, so this second shade here performs also really well, and I think it also slides sort of right into this darker blue, which I really love. So far so good. Next I'm going to take this neon green here, which I'm super excited about because as far as I'm concerned, this is the first real neon shade that I'm using now, I think. Anyway, really excited about it, and I'm going to use the E27 from Sigma, and I'm going to pick that up, and now we shall see. Alright, let's just put that on. And I'm always, I don't know, how are you doing it? I'm always starting in the middle, and then I'm working myself out, and then I'm working myself inwards. I don't know, that seems to be working the best for me in order to just have some control over the look and like not lose the oversight or something. I can't even really explain it, but anyway, I think this lays down very nicely. Now, again, the laying down I think was never a problem with those other YouTubers when they did videos on neon shades. It was more the blending, so we shall see. But this, for what it is, it's really pretty and super strong, which I love, and I would expect that of a neon shade. So, loving it. Really loving it. Before I go in with the yellow, I actually want to work a little bit on the blend between the blue and the turquoise and the green. And I think what I'm going to do, because I like the saturation and the way the blue looks, but I do feel like I lost the turquoise a little bit because I put it I put the green strongly over it. So I'm just going to go in with a fluffier brush because I'm basically just dusting this now over it, the turquoise. I mean, I'm dusting the turquoise just over this whole area in order to like get a gradient and to sort of make it reappear. Okay, next thing is the yellow. So let me just choose a brush. Which one should I have? It's gotta be a bit of a smaller one, obviously. So let's just take this one. This is the, where is it? E42 from Sigma, and I'm going to go in with the yellow, which is this one right here. And that is called Little Miss Starshine. Cute. Okay, so let's just pick this up and see how that performs. And again, I'm going to put it a little bit over the green as well, because I personally, it's just not my makeup style to like use the whole canvas. I always like to have a little bit left before I hit my eyebrows. That is just, you know, I prefer that to using everything. And I know, you know what, I have made such a switch there, because I used to pride myself in using everything I have, you know, using the whole width or the whole space when I started my channel. But now I sort of, I don't know, I sort of switched because I like it more now like this. Anyway, so I think we're creating a nice gradient here. I still have to, of course, blend more, and this is now when it becomes apparent if those shades really blend well or not. But what I can say already now is that they are laying down nicely, that they are applying nicely, and that is, of course, for me already like 70% of the deal. Before I do more, I'm actually going to go into my other Root Cosmetics palette. Let me just get it. That is the Roaring 20s Reckless palette, because, and I told you this before, this bone color shadow here is my to-go-to bone color shade now ever since I got those palettes. And I'm going to just set this tiny little sliver here of eyeshadow primer that is not yet set. And I'm going to use the E47 from Sigma, and because it's super fine, a super fine brush. And I'm just going to set the eyeshadow primer right above the yellow, and then I'm going to go back in with the yellow and sort of perfect the blend. I never set my eyeshadow primer before, even though I know I will have this area for sure I will have to set at some point, but because I'm never 100% sure how far up I'm going to take the look, so I always sort of slide this step in further down the look, you know, like later in the look, because I don't want to take every possibility away from me. So that is what I do, and now I'm just going to go back and work a little bit more on the blend, and then I think it's already starting to look good. Okay, so this is how it looks so far. I must say I did spend quite some time blending now, and I don't know if I'm 100% satisfied, but then again, I always spend a lot of time blending behind the scenes, behind off camera, and I'm never 100% satisfied. So there is no news. You know, I would not like project that necessarily to the palette, because that is just part of my personality. Alright, so now of course we have quite a bit of blue here on the lid, and I'm going to try to do a more like a blended kind of a look and not a cut crease. So in case of a cut crease, I would just take all of this off and then apply the cut crease canvas and, you know, cover up all this mess. But now I'm not going to do that. Where's my spray? I'm going to go in at the inner corner of my lid with the yellow shade, which is this one right here, the yellow shimmer, which is called Bright Club. Bright Club. Oh, me and the English. All right, let's just pick that up on the brush. Very nice pickup. Let's spray it, and then we shall see. So worst case, it's gonna turn a bit greenish because of the blue that is lying underneath, but even then it's not a big deal, because it's not a big deal. Because I almost expect it to happen, because it's a mess underneath. So anyway, we're going to try that anyway, putting it on, and I think I'm just gonna leave it like this and not take it out further, because as you know, I want this bright lime green to be the main star of the show. Okay, so let's just do the other side. Okay, I can definitely see some blue underneath shimmering through. I will go in subsequently, probably with my finger, and build it up a little bit more. But now it's definitely time for the green. So that lime green, this one, it's beautiful. This is what I want, and this is a beat to remember. Yeah, so let's pick that one up. My favorite shade in the palette. I hope it performs well. Okay, I'm gonna spray that too. Okay, I think you can see that they do build up really, really well, and I'm definitely going to also, you know, go in with my fingers, but I'm doing that off camera because I don't like to be like this on camera if I don't have to. So now let's just decide what else we want to use. Something else. What should we use? Maybe something darker, maybe a darker blue, or wait. I could theoretically, you know what? Let's do something else. Let's use this green here, which is a green shimmer. That's called Fantastic Mr. Glam. And then for like the tiny little bit of the outer corner that is going to be left, I am going to probably use the black because I totally want to use the black. It's always so interesting to me to see the blacks in a palette, you know? Yeah, okay, so I'm picking up that green shade. And I'm placing it just here so I still have a little bit more room to put some black down in the outer corner. I like this gradient between the yellow and the lime green and the mid-tone green. Super cool. I think if I would have cleaned up my canvas, sort of my lid from the blue, I think the yellow would have stood out more because of having the blue underneath, it is probably a little bit more muddy than it really would be. So just so you know, take that into consideration, okay? This is really pretty. Huh? All right, so let me just do exactly that on the other eye and then we're gonna do the black. Okay, I'm still going to blend those shimmers a little bit more off camera with my fingers, as I told you, but for now I'm going to go in with the black, which is this one right here, and it's called Women in Black. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a smaller packing brush because obviously there is not a lot of space to work with now. The pickup on the brush is really, really nice, and I'm just going to place this here to create depth in the palette. I almost said there is definitely depth in the palette, to create depth in the look, and I think it is really, really obvious that this is a very good black. You just put it down and it's there. There is the pigmentation and it's really, 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 really nice. All right, I'm liking this. Okay, let me just, you know, do all kinds of stuff off camera. I'm going to blend, I'm going to put some eyeliner on and finish off my face, the usual routine, and then I'm gonna come back and we'll decide what we do with the lower lash line. Okay, so here we are, and now, well, I cannot believe when I smile like this how my wrinkles show up. I hate that. Alright, sweeties, I'm not 16, so what can I do? That's just what it is. I hope you appreciate my advanced age. Anyway, I think I really, really want to finish this look with a bright neon green. So what shade better to use than this one right here? And that is actually that shade that we also used as a transition between the turquoise and the yellow. So I'm going to, I think, just take that and then put it under my lower lash line. And now it's of course on a set surface, sort of, so we shall see how that works. Okay, and then I might want to blend it out with something that I have not decided yet. What should I blend it out with? Probably then, there is this shade right here, which is a lighter green, but it does have micro glitter in it, and I don't know if I want this now to rain down on my finished foundation. I doubt it. I don't think so. So maybe I'll just use then the yellow matte that we also used at the top here and blend it out like this. Maybe. I think so. If I would have had a light blue, then I would have taken that, but I don't have that right here, so I think I'm just going to go for the yellow. Okay, I'm just gonna refine this a tiny little bit more and put on some mascara and find something for my lips, and then I'm going to come back with a very finished look and also with my final thoughts of my first impression of this palette. Okay, this is the finished look. Let me zoom you in a tiny little bit, maybe. I'm so bad at doing this, but anyway, I hope you can see that I think this is really nice. I do absolutely love it. And now we're gonna go a bit back so you are not offended by my wrinkles. All right, sweeties, I love this look. I know I usually say that at the end of my looks because it's true, because I love makeup so much. I love what I'm doing. I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. So wait, before I talk about the palette, I just want to say I also used for the first time today a lip gloss from Pinky Rose Cosmetics that my best friend ordered for me. It's in the shade Sexy, and I think it is really, really nice. I've had this for a while. I haven't used it yet because sometimes I'm scared to use new stuff because I don't want it to finish. That's why I would never be good at project panning, because it would freak me out to finish something and to know it's going to go away and it's going to leave me and it's going to be gone forever. That's how I feel about it. So anyway, I love the shade that she picked for me. It's absolutely stunning, and also the feel of it, the application of it, super, super nice. Pinky Rose Cosmetics, the shade Sexy. Okay, so the palette. All right, City of Neon Lights. I love the concept, as I told you. I love the whole layout and everything, the cardboard packaging. I love that the palette it's simple in its own way, you know, that it is a cardboard packaging. It's not like some weird shape or some weird shaped pans or anything. I love that. I love that the shades are mixed up and not in the range from lightest to darkest. I love everything about this. Now, I did of course not use all of the shades. I only used, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 8 shades. So that is of course not a first impression of the whole palette. It's just the first impression of those shades. And by the way, I did use that yellow shimmer right here for my inner corner highlight, and maybe you can see here in the inner corner where it was not on the blue residue from my crease, how it pops. You know, I think it is way more vibrant now. Obviously, I told you that that's what would be happening, right? So anyway, so what do I think? I love the palette. I do think that the blending was not as simple as maybe other shadows, but on the other hand, I would not put it beyond like a Morphe palette or something like this. It's in the way I felt the blending. So what I want to say with that is that it was not extremely hard. For me, my looks always take a lot of blending. I take sometimes like 15-20 minutes to blend a look off camera, and then I come back for the next stage. So don't be surprised that I'm saying this, because that is just me. Okay, I don't feel that the neons in this palette were extremely hard to blend or extremely hard to place at all. They were absolutely nicely laying down. They were absolutely buildable and everything, blendable to the extent of what I consider perfect blending. And maybe not everybody is as crazy as I am, so we also must take that into consideration. Anyway, so that is my finished look. I hope you like it. Please let me know what you think. Do you have this palette? What are your experiences with it? Or are you considering to get this palette now that you saw the look with it? I'm totally in love with the palette. Gotta tell you, Root Cosmetics is also, whoa, I have been holding this the wrong way the whole time, sorry. Root Cosmetics is also a reasonable priced brand, which makes it even nicer, you know. And as far as I remember, if you live in America, there is free domestic shipping, so it's even better. So I really, really enjoyed working with this, and of course, as always, and sometimes that is off camera, but I'm going to create more looks with this, and if you want to see more looks, then just follow me on my Instagram or on Facebook, because I'm posting all of my looks that I'm also creating off camera. I'm posting everything everything there, and just look in the description which palette I used. So anyway, if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of chatty, happy content. That's what we're doing here. And besides that, of course, everything else I used you will find in the description box down below, as well as the contact to Root Cosmetics. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you here next time for my next video, which is gonna be super soon. Can't wait. And up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.